Because a lot of times, okay, sometimes, I'm going to say a lot of times, but sometimes situations do happen. And if we can't still ourselves, we can't contain ourselves, we can't calm ourselves, we respond in a way that might not always help the situation be better. Like, well, I felt good about it. That's great.
Your flesh felt good about it, but your spirit is grieved. Your spirit is saying, why did you do that? Because we always want temporary satisfaction. And we got to understand that whenever God does something, it's always for the long haul. It's and this is the biggest thing. We have to understand the people that are watching us, the people who God has graced all of us with the level of influence. I tell people that all the time. Your life is not your own. Stop saying, oh, well, this is just me and this, that. No, you are influencing someone. You are held accountable for someone. You don't have to be no pastor or bishop or none of that. God has gifted you with an influence. There's someone that is looking up to you. And if you respond the wrong way, if you act out, and here's the thing, you may do that, but do you have the grace to go back and apologize? Woo! Do you have the grace to say, you know what, I'm sorry. I was out of and say what you sorry for. Oh, I was out of line. Yeah, my pride had to die. Yeah, I had to. You know what I'm saying? And people, they will understand. People will embrace you even the more or accept you even the more when you keep it real.
Yes,
so you ain't gotta mask it. And no, listen, you know.
Man, you know, getting to that piece, like, why is it so comfortable to be in the chaos? Does it give us security? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I think a lot of times, depending on your environment and how you was raised, like I look at it as there's so many things that coming up as an upbringing, you have to break away from a lot of things sometimes, like what you was learned, what you was taught. You know, a lot of people was raised, you know, they've seen their mothers get abused or something, or they were abused themselves as children. So a lot of these things, they, you know, if you're not careful, you will adapt these things thinking that this is what life is. And it's like, no, like at the end of the day, like you have to unlearn some things and deprogram from some things so God can retrain you and allow you to know, like, no, this is the way.
Yes. So can we go there? Because it sounds like you're talking about a generational thing. Let's talk about the generational things that happen that keeps us in these cycles.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to know, you have to have the courage to say no. You have to have the courage to break out of some things. You have to have the courage. This is a biggie right here. You have to have the courage to sometimes be alone and stand alone. Because a lot of times we think, oh, if everybody ain't applauding me, if everybody ain't riding for me, if everybody ain't this, then this must be something wrong. No, but there are times where you don't need nobody to clap for you. You don't need nobody to shout your name. You need to go and get somewhere quiet and get somewhere and you be quiet. So, you know,
friends, get somewhere and you be quiet. I'm gonna do that myself. But it's really helpful to do that because in those moments, you find out like what your next steps are. You quiet down, you get some direction from God to help you too. So you can have that peace of knowing, am I making the right decision? Let's talk about this. Am I making the right decision to accept this job? Am I making the right decision to, you know, purchase this home, rent this home? Do I really have the means to take care of it? Because sometimes we want to keep up with the Joneses and move on up with the Jeffersons, and we need to stay a little low just a little while longer. Am I making the right decision and pursuing this mate, this spouse?
Yeah.
Wanted to pause for that because sometimes we get into some situationships and it don't work out. It ain't situation and how we thought it was going to situation, and we messed up. You know, is this the right decision for me to go to this church? Is it the right decision for me to leave this church? It's a lot of things we need to consult God on.
You got to consult God.
Because we're making decisions. But if we go somewhere and sit down, have that courage to be alone and stay alone. You know, in the church times, we also call this prayer and fasting. And I'm sorry, that's another cuss word because, you know, we feel like, God got it while I got to pray. Sometimes you got to go to him. He's a gentleman. We have to ask him, God, can you come on into the room? Can you come work this out? Can you help me?
Okay, so I'm going to give this tip because everybody want to know how to get their hair healthy and how to get their hair to grow.
Okay.
So I know a lot of times people say, use this product, use that product, use that. But the best way is to leave your hair alone. Protective styles.
Yes.
Protective styles is really good. It's best to like leave your hair alone and not do too much. So if you're somebody that like to flat iron your hair all the time, put a lot of heat in it, you know, always washing it and different things, that is not the answer. The answer is leaving. So wearing wigs or getting braids or getting crochet, whatever it is that you can allow your hair to just rest and sit, that is one of the healthiest ways for your hair to grow.
Sorry, Lisa White said, can you say it again, please? Just for the people back.
Yes. Leave your hair alone, because you do too much a lot of times. So now, if you are someone that you enjoy having short hair or whatever the case may be, you don't care about growth, it's not that deep to you, then you know that's fine. But there are some that's like, I want my hair to thicken up, I want my hair more healthy, and it's leaving it alone. And even with trimming, you only need about 3 to 4 hair trims a year. That trimming your hair every 3 weeks and every 4 weeks, it does not make your hair grow faster. That is a myth. That is not so. Your hair only grows a 1/4 inch every month. It doesn't grow no slower. It doesn't grow any faster. So stop. Stylists, if you out there telling your clients, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say it, oh, you got to get a trim in order to grow, because if you keep cutting it, you're never going to see no length. But you only need about 3 to 4 trims a year.
Oh,